Hello everyone, welcome back to today's story. In this video, we'll follow the heartfelt journey of Tuna, a devoted mother who has struggled alone to raise her son Henry while working tirelessly at the market. Just when life seems to weigh too heavily on her shoulders, Alex steps in, not only to help, but to offer her something she's longed for: love, acceptance, and a future together. In a moment filled with emotion, Tuna gifts Alex a shirt and quietly reveals a secret that changes both their lives. She is carrying his child. Stay with us as we witness the powerful bond of family and love unfold in the face of hardship. And don't forget to subscribe and help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Your support means so much. Morning sunlight spilled through the thin curtains of Tuna's modest kitchen, painting the wooden floor in streaks of gold. The soft aroma of rice porridge lingered in the air as she gently stirred the pot, her slender hands moving almost mechanically. Her eyes, however, carried something more, an unspoken tenderness mixed with a quiet determination. She glanced at the crib where Henry slept peacefully, his little chest rising and falling, his innocence untouched by the burdens she silently carried. Each spoonful of porridge she ate felt heavy, as if every bite was both fuel and responsibility. She was not just living for herself anymore. Every decision, every ounce of energy was poured into making sure Henry had a safe and steady future. With practiced care, she folded his tiny clothes into a neat bundle, set aside bottles of milk, and kissed his forehead before wrapping him in a blanket. The dirt road outside was uneven, scattered with stones. Yet Tuna's steps were firm as she carried her son to Mrs. Tang's home. The old woman had always been kind, offering to care for Henry when Tuna was too busy at the market. But no matter how many times she left him there, her heart never stopped aching. Today was no different. She pressed her cheek against Henry's soft hair, whispering promises he couldn't yet understand. By the time Mrs. Tang's tiled roof came into view, the weight inside her chest had grown heavier. "Here's his milk and clothes," Tuna murmured as she handed Henry over, her fingers lingering a little too long. His small eyes fluttered open for just a moment, locking with hers before he drifted back to sleep. That single glance tugged at her soul. "Go on," Mrs. Tang said gently. "I'll take care of him." Tuna nodded, forcing herself to turn away. The road to the market stretched ahead, but her thoughts stayed behind with her son. Each step she took felt like a silent vow. Everything she did was for Henry. At the market, baskets of fresh squash glistened under the morning sun. Tuna greeted customers, her tone polite, her smile reserved. Yet beneath her calm exterior, her heart pulsed with fatigue. Between arranging a job for Mai, helping neighbors, and managing her own sales, she rarely had a moment to breathe. Still, she carried herself with quiet strength. People admired her resilience, though few truly understood the price she paid for it. By late afternoon, when her baskets were nearly empty, her phone buzzed. It was Alex. His voice, steady and warm, instantly softened her expression. "I'll stop by this evening," he said, almost casually. But to Tuna, those words carried comfort. Alex had been a steady presence, someone who never judged her for her struggles. When twilight painted the sky in orange and purple, Tuna finally returned home. She found Alex already waiting by the small gate, his smile lifting the weight off her tired heart. Henry stirred in her arms as she approached, and Alex immediately reached out. "Let me hold him," he said, his tone full of affection. Inside the house, they sat together, the dim light of the lantern casting a soft glow over their faces. Alex gently rocked Henry in his arms, his gaze tender, as if the child were his own. Tuna watched quietly, her lips curving into a small smile. "Today was tough," she admitted, her voice low. "But seeing him sleep so peacefully makes everything worth it." Alex nodded. "You're stronger than you think. I admire that." For a moment, silence filled the room, not heavy, but comforting. Then Tuna rose and walked to the cabinet. She returned with a small gift bag, holding it with both hands. "I bought something for you," she said softly. Alex blinked in surprise. "For me?" She nodded, urging him to open it. Inside lay a neatly folded shirt, simple yet stylish. His breath caught slightly as he lifted it out. "Tuna, no one has ever given me something like this." Her cheeks warmed. "I wasn't sure if you'd like it, but try it on." He disappeared into the other room and returned wearing the shirt. It fit perfectly, accentuating his frame. Tuna laughed lightly, her eyes brightening. "See? It suits you." Alex smiled, his voice hushed. "It's perfect, thank you." As he sat back down, Tuna reached into her apron pocket, her hands trembling slightly. She pulled out a small white stick, the pregnancy test. 2 bold red lines crossed its surface. Her heart raced, but her gaze never wavered as she placed it on the table between them. Alex froze, his eyes widening as he realized what he was looking at. His lips parted, but no words came at first. Finally, his voice broke the silence, low and filled with awe. "Tuna, are you?" She nodded, her lashes damp with unshed tears. "I'm pregnant, Alex. This is your child." For a long moment, he was silent, his hand gripping the edge of the table. Then slowly, his expression softened into something deeper, almost reverent. He reached out, taking her hand in his. "You've just given me the greatest gift of my life," he whispered. Tuna lowered her gaze, her voice trembling. "I was scared to tell you. Scared you'd think I was a burden, but I can't hide it anymore." Alex shook his head firmly, his grip tightening. "No, Tuna, don't ever think that. I want to be here. For you, for Henry, and now, for our baby. I'll take care of you both." Tears spilled down her cheeks, though a smile broke through. "I don't need riches, Alex. I just need someone who'll stay." He brushed a tear from her face with his thumb, his eyes unwavering. "Then stay with me. Let's face everything together." The night wrapped around them like a quiet blessing as they sat side by side, the pregnancy test lying between them like a promise of the future. Henry stirred softly in his crib, and Tuna leaned into Alex's shoulder, her fears slowly giving way to hope. Outside, the breeze carried the scent of jasmine, whispering through the darkness. Inside, 3 lives, soon to be 4, beat together in fragile yet unyielding harmony. The morning light filtered through the small window of Tuna's room, spilling onto the worn wooden floor. She blinked awake, her body heavy with both fatigue and a quiet sense of anticipation. Beside the crib, Alex sat slumped in a chair, the shirt she had gifted him wrinkled from a night of watchful care. His chin rested on his palm as he gazed at Henry, who slept peacefully, lips pursed in a dreamlike smile. Tuna's heart softened at the sight. For so long, she had carried the weight of responsibility alone, never daring to hope someone would choose to share it. Yet here Alex was, present and steady, as though he had been meant to stand by her side all along. "You didn't sleep?" she asked, her voice hushed so as not to wake Henry. Alex straightened, rubbing his eyes, but his smile was warm. "I couldn't. My mind kept racing. About you, about Henry, about the baby." His words trailed into something unspoken, his gaze lingering on her with quiet affection. Tuna lowered her head, brushing imaginary dust from the blanket. "Everything feels unreal. Just yesterday, I was only thinking about selling squash at the market, and now I'm carrying another life." Alex moved closer, crouching beside her. "Not unreal," he said gently, "just the beginning of something new. You've been fighting alone for so long, but you don't have to anymore. Let me share this with you." The sincerity in his voice made her chest ache. She wasn't used to leaning on anyone. Yet the thought of having Alex beside her gave her courage she didn't know she had. When the sun rose higher, Tuna prepared for the market. As she tied her scarf, Alex reached for her baskets. "I'll go with you," he said firmly. "You shouldn't have to carry all of this alone anymore." She hesitated. "But Henry—" "We'll leave him with Mrs. Tang a little longer," Alex interrupted softly. "He'll be fine. Please, let me be there with you today." And so they went together. Villagers along the path turned to watch, murmuring among themselves. Some smiled approvingly at the sight of Alex walking beside Tuna, carrying her baskets as though it were the most natural thing in the world. Others exchanged doubtful looks, their whispers sharp but fleeting. Tuna felt her cheeks flush, but Alex's steady presence calmed her. He brushed her hand lightly now and then, reminding her she wasn't walking alone. At the market, his actions spoke louder than words. When a customer tried to slash her price unfairly, Alex stepped in, not angrily, but with a quiet firmness that commanded respect. "She's worked hard for this harvest," he said calmly. "It's worth every coin you're paying." The customer eventually relented, and Tuna, stunned, realized how deeply she appreciated Alex's unwavering support. "You didn't have to do that," she murmured once the buyer left. He only smiled. "Yes, I did, because your work and you deserve respect." The rest of the day passed quickly, with Alex at her side, helping to sort goods, greet customers, and even carry baskets for elderly buyers who struggled with the weight. People noticed. The image of Tuna, once a solitary figure in the market, now accompanied by a man who clearly cherished her, began to shift the whispers from doubt to admiration. By the time the sun dipped low, their baskets were nearly empty. Returning to Mrs. Tang's home, they found Henry giggling at the old woman's antics. His face lit up when he saw them, and he reached out eagerly. Alex scooped him into his arms, lifting him high as the boy laughed. The sound of Henry's laughter filled the courtyard, wrapping Tuna in warmth. That evening, after Henry was bathed and tucked into bed, Alex finally voiced the thoughts he had carried all day. "Tuna," he began carefully, I don't want you to face life's hardships alone anymore. Not the gossip, not the struggles, not the weight of raising a child by yourself. I want to be there fully, not just as Henry's uncle, not just as a friend, but as your partner, as your husband. Tuna froze, her breath catching. The words were everything she had secretly longed to hear, but never dared to expect. "Alex," she whispered, her voice trembling. "I know it's sudden," he continued, taking her hands into his. "But my heart is clear. You, Henry, and now the baby. You're my family. I don't just want to help you. I want to belong with you." Her eyes brimmed with tears. "Do you really mean it? Or are you saying this only because of the baby?" Alex shook his head, his grip tightening. "No. I've loved you for a long time, Tuna. Longer than you know. The baby is a blessing, but my choice comes from here." He pressed her hand to his chest, where his heartbeat raced steadily. Tuna's tears slipped down her cheeks. "But I have nothing, Alex. No wealth, no name, no fortune to give you back." "Stop," he whispered, brushing away her tears. "You've given me something no riches could ever match. You've given me Henry's smile, your endless strength, your gentle heart. And now, another life we'll share. That's worth more than anything else." Her lips curved into a trembling smile. Slowly, she nodded. "Then, yes, Alex. I'll marry you." He grinned, pulling her into his arms. For a long moment, they stayed that way, two souls promising a shared future. "Thank you," he murmured against her hair. "I swear, I'll protect this family with everything I have." The days that followed seemed brighter. Alex wore the shirt she had given him with quiet pride, as though it symbolized the bond they had forged. He walked beside her through the village without hesitation, his presence steady against any whisper of doubt. Tuna felt her heart grow lighter with each passing day, her steps less burdened by fear. One evening, as they sat on the porch, the sunset glowing in shades of orange and violet, Henry toddled clumsily across the yard, his laughter filling the air. Tuna placed a hand gently over her belly, feeling the faint flutter within. Tears welled in her eyes as she whispered, "Do you think we can really give them both a good life?" Alex wrapped an arm around her shoulders, pulling her close. "I don't just think," he said with certainty. "I know we can, because we'll face everything together. You'll never be alone again." She leaned into him, her fears dissolving into the evening breeze. The fireflies began to dance across the fields, and the night seemed to hum with quiet promise. For the first time in years, Tuna felt more than hope. She felt peace. She wasn't walking the path alone anymore. With Alex by her side, Henry's laughter echoing around them, and the life growing within her, she knew their family story was just beginning. Alex pressed a gentle kiss to her temple, whispering words that sealed his vow. "This is our future, Tuna. A family built from love, not riches, and I'll never let it go." The lantern glowed softly, the night folding around them like a blessing. And within that small home, their hearts beat in harmony. 3 lives, soon 4, bound together by devotion, resilience, and the unbreakable promise of tomorrow.